history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
In the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time they highlighted. See the some of your men.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news this morning, a man accused of beating a toddler nearly to death appears in court for the first time ahead of the high bond a judge set in his case.
Also, traffic alert you need to know about this weekend. Here's a live look at the West Loop where traffic already backed up after a major closure. Ahead, how you can get around it.
And hey, can you believe it? It's almost time to rodeo again. Ahead, how you can get a job at the big event today. What kind of job? Well, I don't know. You're going to have to stick around to find out.
Like riding that bull.
No, not that kind of job. You don't want that kind of job.
They have great people at the rodeo who welcome you and everything else. I just wish that I could get some boots that don't hurt my feet. That's the best thing.
Are you listening, bootmakers?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's a bootmaker alive who can do that for my feet. But that's another story.
That's a challenge.
That's the wonder of the world here. We'll talk about that coming up at no time. Take a look outside here. We've got a nice day today. Look hazy, though, right there. Captain Sinus Relief looking toward downtown, but no such haze in Galveston. Look at that shot. Man, oh, man, that is a Chamber of Commerce day down in Moody Gardens. And look what happened here. Katy is out of the 30s into the 40s now, 45. Bush Intercontinental at 44. Hobby at 44 degrees as well. Galveston, you're at 50, and at 50 degrees with that west wind at 3 miles per hour. Only 3, so very comfortable conditions there in Galveston today. Around the rest of the area, Liberty still at 38, Conroe still reporting 32, Huntsville at 38 as well, but everybody else easing up into the 40s. And with the sunshine we're going to have today and those northwest winds, we're going to see those temperatures go up. That northwest wind is a relatively dry wind, so we're going to see those temperatures going up. Here's exact track radar for the state. Nothing going on here. Temperatures 40s for us, 30s in Dallas, 20s in the Panhandle. If you're planning on traveling around the state, just know it's going to be even warmer, from the 60s today to 74 tomorrow for us, 78 in Dallas, 73 Lubbock, 70 in San Antonio. So temperatures will be warming up over the next day or so. For us today, though, 66, I think, or maybe a little bit higher in some places, but mostly 66 degrees. Those temperatures going up as that sunshine reigns today. 10-day forecast. We've got some rain back in the forecast and a cold front. We'll time that all out for you coming up.
Okay, Cambrell, thank you. Breaking news this morning, a man accused of severely injuring a 3-year-old child appears in court.
This is the first time Melvin Omar Morales has faced a judge. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live in downtown Houston with what happened in court. Taisha?
Yeah, Morales Gomez was charged with injury to a child this morning. He's accused of injuring his 3-year-old nephew. This happened on Thursday. As far as the nephew, we've learned in court this morning that the child is still at the hospital on life support. The condition looking very grim this morning. Let's get to video of Melvin Morales Gomez in court this morning. He's accused of squeezing his 3-year-old nephew and biting the child on the lip. The alleged incident happened Thursday in the 11,200 block of Fallbrook Drive in Houston. Prosecutors say the toddler was bruised on the hand and legs, had swelling to his brain, and a broken clavicle. Prosecutors say Gomez told police that he bit the child so hard on the lips that the child started to bleed.
He stated he grabbed the complainant and squeezed him tightly. Defendant stated he noticed something was wrong with the complainant, so he called his wife, then took the child to a hospital.
And this morning, the judge set his bond at $500,000. That's because prosecutors say that the child may not survive his injuries, and they wanted to set the bond high enough. We do know that he's also a native of Honduras. So right now, we know that the Honduras consulate, will be getting involved in this case. Reporting live from downtown, Taisha Walker, KPRC Channel 2 News.
All right, Taisha, thank you for the latest there. Breaking news now from Corpus Christi. We know one police officer is dead, another in the hospital after being involved in a crash during a traffic stop. This happened just before 10 last night along State Highway 358. Police say 3 officers were conducting a traffic stop when 2 of them were hit by another vehicle. The driver accused of the crash was taken into custody. The identities of the officers involved have not yet been released.
New this morning, a love triangle turns violent. Police say 2 women were fighting over a man and one of them got shot. Happened just before 1 a.m. in the parking lot of a stop and go on Bammel, North Houston in Northwest Harris County. Investigators say the fight started after the victim threw a bottle at the suspect. That's when police say the suspect pulled a gun and shot the victim in the leg. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Police later caught the suspect and arrested her.
Now to a major traffic alert that will bring the Galleria area to a standstill this weekend. Here's a live look at our TransStar cameras, where all main lanes of 610, the West Loop at the Southwest Freeway, they are shut down and will not reopen until Monday morning. And that is not the worst part of it all. The closure set to continue every weekend until February 24th. Crews are using the time to hang bridge beams to widen the connector ramps there. We've got all the detours on our website, clicktohouston.com. You can search for them under our traffic tab.
And now to that deadly explosion that rocked the Spring Branch area. After a week-long investigation, officials are releasing what they believed caused that blast. Investigators with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives say that there was a propylene leak 24 hours before the explosion at Watson Grinding and Manufacturing, and we're told an electrical spark ignited that leak. The blast killed 2 workers and damaged hundreds of homes and structures. According to ATF investigators, there's no indication that arson, sabotage, or vandalism was involved at all in that blast.
Now to the impeachment trial of President Trump, which is expected to conclude next week. Last night, the Senate voted against calling witnesses or entering documents as evidence in the trial. The 51-49 vote only saw 2 Republicans side with Democrats to allow witnesses. The vote on whether to acquit is expected on Wednesday, 1 day after the president's State of the Union address.
And now to the latest on the worldwide spread of the coronavirus. The Trump administration declaring a public health emergency in the U.S. American citizens traveling from ground zero of the outbreak in China now subject to mandatory quarantine up to 14 days. This includes the 195 U.S. citizens who evacuated Wuhan and arrived in California last week. And it comes as health officials confirm the 7th case of coronavirus in the U.S., this time in Northern California. There have been more than 10,000 confirmed infections worldwide and more than 250 deaths. Well, rodeo is right around the corner. Can you believe it?
Yep, rodeo begins next month, and that means that it will need a lot of workers to make it all happen. Today, the rodeo is Texas-sized. Yeah, there's the music we were waiting for. Today, the rodeo is Texas-sized, a job fair called the Staff Scramble. Not the calf scramble, the staff scramble. It will be at NRG Stadium from 10 a.m. until 2 this afternoon. You need to register online before the event. We've got a link on our website. Click to Houston.com.
Go work there. Nice. Well, startling video this morning into our newsroom.
Yeah, caught on camera, a child is seen falling out of a moving pickup truck. Ahead, what happened after this incident? We've got all the details coming up.
A couple this morning suing American Airlines for discrimination. What they say the airline did and what American Airlines has to say about it. This morning, a couple is suing American Airlines.
They say they were kicked off a flight because they were Jewish. The incident happened last January when the couple was flying from Miami to Detroit with their infant daughter. They accused American Airlines of discrimination and defamation because they apparently asked them to leave the plane because of, quote, extremely offensive body odor. According to the lawsuit, one employee told them he knew that, quote, Orthodox Jews take baths once a week. American Airlines say the incident had nothing to do with religion and just their body odor.
Caught on camera, a heart-stopping moment behind the wheel for a woman in Buffalo, New York. As she was driving through town, her dash cam caught video of a little girl falling from a moving vehicle. The woman says she called 911 for help, but the driver of the pickup told her he didn't have time to wait and that he would take the child to the hospital himself. Police have not released information on the girl yet or the driver of that vehicle.
Well, tonight you'll want to stay in and keep it right here on Channel 2.
That's because J.J. Watt is on Saturday Night Live tonight. Coming up next, the advice that he's received from other former sports stars who've hosted the show in the past.
Star.
Well, it's usually the big show to watch on a Saturday night for a lot of us, but today there's even more reason, especially for Houstonians.
That's because J.J. Watt is the guest host on SNL tonight. Watt's not only carrying the Houston Texans flag, he's also one of the rare defensive players getting the chance to host the show. Watt has received advice from The Rock and former quarterback Peyton Manning.
The biggest thing they said is just have fun with it. You know, it's SNL, be confident, have fun, and buy in.
Having fun. That's the best advice. Just have fun, right? On Click to Vote, we're asking which classic SNL skit you think that JJ should tackle. The Chippendale audition, Celebrity Jeopardy, or the Spartan Cheerleaders. We'll have the results at the end of our newscast. You can vote now.
Very serious in that picture there.
Very serious. But he's scary.
He smiles a lot, and he'll be smiling.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, the promos are pretty hilarious, so it's a good thing.
A shoe in the face.
I know, that's good, that's good. Hey, right now, we still got some 30s going on. I think we're in the low 40s in some areas, but in Huntsville, look at this picture here from our Click 2 pins. This is frost on the windshield. So, you know, it started out, and here's a nice little shot from Tim Surratt showing us the downtown, which really beautiful this morning. Thank you. You're right, Tim, though. Brr is exactly right. So if you're heading out, just know that you still have some temperatures on the cool side. That 38 in Huntsville, I've been seeing readings that are like 43 instead of 38. So I think maybe we're lagging a little bit behind on these, but the temperatures are still on the cool to cold side, depending on where you are. 45 in Katy, 47 in El Campo, 40 in Angleton, 50 in Galveston. You notice when the dew points are in the 30s, that means it's really dry air. So when the drier air comes in, drier air is much easier to heat up and cool off. So as that sun gets into place, we're going to see these temperatures going up. The winds are going to continue to be from the north, west, and west, gradually turning. They'll be coming from the west and southwest tomorrow, which will give us even warmer conditions. High pressure is the reason we have it coming from the northwest around that high. And you notice the broader picture here. In fact, today in Miami, 90% chance of heavy storms. So getting ready for the Super Bowl. Tomorrow's not going to be a problem. Today, though, getting ready for it, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Upper level winds coming from this direction. This is part of the reason why tomorrow we'll see our temperatures go up a bit. We see a little bit more southwest wind coming into play here. In terms of the Futurecast model, put this in motion. This is a American model. Last hour we looked at the European model, which shows the timing of some of the rain Monday night. This is much later on Monday night than the other model, so just a slight chance on Monday. Tuesday, not much at all until we go into Wednesday morning. Some moderately heavy rainfall going into Wednesday and through the afternoon. Colder air well to the north will bring some wintry precip well to the north. We won't see that because the dryness will be in place by then. Going into the next rain, Looks like Monday is our next rain going into the forecast. Exact track radar is quiet. We expect it to stay quiet with the sun we have in place for today, so enjoy that. Hour by hour, up to about 66 degrees for us today. And you look at the 10-day forecast going up in temperature going into Sunday through Tuesday before the front comes through and the temperatures drop. We'll see back in the 30s going forward for the rest of that, at least for one day. And I think upper 30s in some of the outlying areas on Friday. But next weekend looks to be pretty nice. Guys?
Quite a forecast. Thank you so much, Cambrell. Well, hey, this morning we are honoring Officer Abigail Arias,
a tiny cancer fighter who left behind a big legacy.
God truly sent her. It just wasn't a little girl battling cancer. He sent an ambassador for kids fighting cancer.
How this important moment in Abigail's life inspired our new series, Bells for Abigail.
Monday morning.
We have a new series here at Channel 2 called Bells for Abigail, an ongoing tribute to a courageous cancer fighter named Abigail Arias.
Abigail passed away in November, but her legacy lives on. As our Christine Noel shows us, that certainly rings true for other children battling cancer.
How do you measure a life well lived? Is it the length of time spent on Earth? The number of lives you touch? Or moments that make a difference? Or perhaps the answer is in these 3 digits. Apart, they're just numbers. But together,
we always want to say, what legacy are you going to leave behind?
a symbol of strength, resilience, and love for Officer 758.
She'd probably want that 758 on there somewhere on those wings, so you knew that was Abigail Arias, Freeport Police.
I promise.
I promise.
To protect.
To protect.
And serve.
And serve.
Abigail Arias became Officer 758 February 7th, 2019. Her smile lighting up the room. Her badge close to her heart. A little girl pushing through her pain to give others hope.
When I tell you that God truly sent her, it just wasn't a little girl battling cancer. He sent an ambassador for kids fighting cancer.
We showed her the tumor and we told her, baby, this is a castle. And it's been taken over by the bad guys.
I now.
And forever.
And forever.
Promise.
Promise.
To keep fighting the bad guys.
To keep fighting the bad guys.
Fighting the bad guys became her mission.
You saw a strength in her that I've never witnessed in a child before.
Abigail strong for herself and for other children with cancer.
Good morning, everybody. Chief Ray Garibay here.
So I'm just 758, and I wanted to bring someone special. This is my new dog, Rocky. Why are you making that face?
She was just amazing. I mean, just automatically I knew. I fell in love with her the minute I laid eyes on her.
Then came November.
He had a greater plan for her. And when our time comes, and what a way to end her heaven. With her there waiting for us.
Do you think Abigail is sporting some big old angel wings up there?
About as long as her reach. She'd probably want them to be blue for law enforcement because that was her favorite color. And probably with a badge on the back somewhere. So you would know that she was 758 without a doubt.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. A saying that rang true the moment Abigail, while still on Earth, gained hers. It was October 2017. She finally got to ring the remission bell. The day she was given a second chance to really spread her light.
It was an amazing moment. Obviously one of those memories that is forever engraved in our minds and in our hearts.
Though the cancer would return and her earthly wings became heavenly, Abigail's reach would know no bounds, and her message to fight the bad guys would reverberate through the halls of Texas Children's.
Stay relentless.
And on the biggest and best day of little Brianna's life.
If Abigail were still with us, that she would take Brianna under her wing because they have the same sort of outgoing, precious personalities, and they would have become very good friends here in our clinic.
The same month Abigail went to heaven, Brianna finished treatment after 2 years of fighting leukemia.
Diagnosticaron a mi hija de cáncer. Para mí, esa palabra en mi país o en el resto del mundo es cáncer, es muerte.
When that news struck, it was just like the whole world stopped. I would take her place. I don't care the needles. I would 100% take her place.
She didn't have hair. She didn't want to she couldn't talk. No one wants that to happen to a kid at such a young age.
Chemotherapy and then an infection kept Brianna in the hospital for months.
Y ella luchando por su propia vida.
A tireless battle, but with Officer Abigail-like strength.
With your arms, show me how excited you are today.
Happy. I'm gonna win the pill.
Brianna was relentless to the very end.
She's cured, she's in remission, and she should stay that way.
Es todo mi vida.
Brianna, are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, go ring the bell. So tell me, how do you measure a life well lived? Perhaps it looks like this. A little girl with the power to transform 3 simple numbers into a string of moments that prove it's not the amount of time you spend on Earth, it's the mark you make that matters.
So when Abigail's up there looking down on these other brave kids ringing their bell, what do you think she's saying to them?
Congratulations. What an awesome job. You're so brave.
And we are highlighting those brave cancer fighters with our new series called Bells for Abigail. We're asking families to send us videos of their children ringing the end of treatment bell, and we will share them in honor of Abigail. We know little Jacob is making Officer 758 proud. He rang his remission bell after a courageous battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And Sweet Presley rang the end of treatment bell after battling Wilms tumor, the same cancer Abigail had. And look at Damien. He just rang the bell last month. Way to go, buddy. We need to keep this going. If you have a video of your child ringing the end of treatment bell, upload it at click2houston.com/bells for Abigail. We'd love to see them. I'm Christine Noel, KPRC Channel 2 News.
ServicesForLess.com.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news from downtown, where a man accused of severely injuring a 3-year-old faced a judge this morning. Ahead, the high-bonded judge set in his case.
Plus, Democrats converge on Iowa. Ahead, a look at the big rallies before the all-important caucuses on Monday.
Watch out for traffic alerts. Here's a live look at the West Loop, shut down at the Southwest Freeway. Just one of many. Ahead, how to get around all of those backups.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a bad one. And it's every weekend of February.
That's right.
So steer clear of that area if you can.
And hey, do you like waking up in the 30s and the 40s? Well, then we've got a forecast for you.
Well, you had that this morning and have some of that Yeah, some later in the week, not tomorrow. I think we'll be out of that tomorrow. But I was thinking about going down the Galleria area. The 59's open, but everybody's getting off 610, and so all of that's just going to be a mess. Beware. Look at this beautiful shot in Galveston. Here's Iceland. They're tearing it up. You know, they put it up, take it down, they drop it down to 9 degrees so people like Sophia can go in there and have a good time. Not me. 48 now at Bush and Katy, and Hobby's at 49. Galveston's at 52. You look out on the Southwest Freeway, and the temperatures normally are going to be 63, 64 degrees. We'll be in the mid-60s today, well short of record territory, which is a good thing. Exact Track radar. Quiet. It's going to be quiet today and tomorrow and most of the early part of Monday before we start to see some changes going on. Same thing for the rest of the state. Highs normally 64, 67 in Conroe, 68 up in Huntsville today, 66 in Tomball, 68 along the coast there, going to be close to 70 down in Bay City, but 65 in Galveston for today. 63, I think, is for Galveston. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast going forward here. 66 degrees at Bush, 63 in the Woodlands. We'll look at that 10-day forecast just ahead.
All right, Kimbrell, thank you. Breaking news now. A man accused of severely injuring a 3-year-old child faced a judge for the first time overnight.
Police say that 3-year-old is the man's nephew. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live in downtown Houston with what happened in court. Taisha?
Yeah, Jacob, the suspect's bond set at $500,000. That's because prosecutors say that the young victim in all of this may not survive his injuries. Let's get to video that shows Melvin Morales Gomez in court this morning. He is accused of squeezing his 3-year-old nephew and biting the child on the lip, causing injuries. The alleged incident happened on Thursday in the 11,200 block of Fallbrook Drive in Houston. Prosecutors say the toddler has a fractured jaw, bruising on his hands and legs, swelling to his brain, and a broken clavicle. Prosecutors say Gomez told police that he bit the child so hard that the child started to bleed on his lips.
Defendant stated he noticed something was wrong with the complainant, so he called his wife, then took the child to a hospital. The defendant stated that biting the complainant and squeezing his hand is what caused the injuries.
And prosecutors say, according to police, they are told that the child is on life support this morning and the condition looks pretty grim. Reporting live from downtown, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Taisha, thank you for the latest there. This morning, a weekend traffic alert. Roads in and around the Galleria area expected to be clogged this weekend because of a major closure.
The West Loop shutting down this weekend, and not just this weekend. Here's a live look at the TransStar cameras where all main lanes of 610, the West Loop at Southwest Freeway, are shut down and won't reopen until Monday morning. Eric Brait has a look at how to get around the mess.
The weekend is here. Big weekend for area construction, and it started last night on the West Loop. The West Loop is closed both directions at the Southwest Freeway. You cannot access the Southwest Freeway from the northbound lanes of the West Loop. You can also not exit onto Westheimer. Now, that being said, the Southwest Freeway itself is open, and you can access the West Loop from the Southwest Freeway. Alternate routes to get around this: Chimney Rock, Rice, Newcastle, and Wesleyan, but those are going to be congested because everybody else will be using those as alternate routes as well. So just avoid the area if at all possible.
Some good advice, Eric. Thank you. Remember, you can keep track of all the road closures on clicktohouston.com. Just go to the traffic page or simply type clicktohouston.com/traffic. New this morning, a house is heavily damaged after a family's home caught fire as they tried to stay warm. This happened a little after 1:30 this morning on Fairview Forest Drive and Lakeside Forest. Investigators say the family had a fire burning in the chimney when it spread to the attic with flames shooting out of the roof. By the time firefighters arrived, the family did manage to safely escape, and crews were able to knock out those flames after about an hour.
Looking ahead to Decision 2020, Iowa gearing up for the state's caucuses that will be carried out on Monday. That means a big ad blitz for what's historically a key indicator for presidential hopefuls. Channel 2's Sion Rhodes is in Des Moines, Iowa, where one candidate took the stage last night.
So just take a look at this room. It's proof positive that Iowans will go anywhere, pack any place at any time to get a chance to be up close and personal with their candidates. There's a lot of that going on this weekend, now just days away from the Iowa caucus.
Over this year, you've made me a better candidate, and you'll make me a better president.
It's like a constant rock show. Like you see these people that you may see on TV, and these people may become the president of the United States. And you shook hands with them, having a conversation one-on-one, and then me expressing what I'm really feeling about. Like, it's not filtered. It is, here it is right here. This is what I'm concerned about. What are you going to do to help me?
So the Senate taking the weekend off from the impeachment trial, that means the senators who had to be in D.C. all this time will spend all of their last 2 days now, all efforts on Iowa, with just a few days left before Monday. In Des Moines, Iowa, Sion Rhodes, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
And Sion will be in Iowa tracking all the action all weekend long. You can catch her reports on air and online at click2houston.com.
In about half an hour, Texas EquiSearch is set to start their search for a missing college student. Angela Wen has been missing since January 22nd. The 21-year-old was at St. Thomas University when she was seen on video leaving Gannon Residence Hall. Police say the biochem student went west on Sol Ross Street and has not been seen since.
Angela appears to have just walked out the door and disappeared. So it's hard to start. There's nothing, no leads or anything.
Police say Wen was last seen wearing a red or pink colored backpack and dark clothing.
It has been more than 3 years in the making, and now Britain has become the first ever country to leave the European Union. Partying continued into the night following the Brexit countdown in Parliament Square as Britain left the bloc at midnight. The UK will still follow the EU rules for 11 months. And with the UK bidding farewell to the EU, many are wondering how this will change the relationship with the U.S. It could very well depend on a new trade deal the Trump administration is now working on.
It was an emotional return to the Staples Center for the Lakers.
Last night was their first night back since the death of Kobe Bryant. Nearly every seat in the arena draped with a yellow T-shirt with either purple and white number 8 or 24. Bryant wore both numbers, you'll remember, playing for the team, and the Lakers retired both numbers at the end of his career. Players fought to hold back tears throughout the ceremony before the game. A list of all 9 victims' names was shown on the scoreboard before the team held a 24.2-second moment of silence. 2 floor seats adorned with roses and jerseys honored Bryant and his daughter, Gianna, who is an emerging basketball sensation in her own right before her death. LeBron James then addressed the Staples Center crowd before tip-off.
Tonight, we celebrate the kid that came here at 18 years of age, retired at 38, and became probably the best dad that we've seen over the last 3 years, man.
The Lakers ended up losing against the Portland Trail Blazers, final score 119-127.
Back here at home, the Rockets returned to host Dallas, and the night began with this tribute at Toyota Center. The Rockets played a video last night for fans honoring the late Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and the 7 others who lost their lives in that crash.
The Rockets went on to take care of business, beating the Mavs. Russell Westbrook got the All-Star nod and played big again, ending the night with 32 points and 9 assists. The Beard, James Harden, had 35 points. 15 of those came in the fourth quarter. Final score, the Rockets now 30-18. They have the day off before hosting the Pelicans tomorrow afternoon, and tip-off there is at 1 o'clock.
This weekend, spotlight, of course, will be on Miami.
I hear there's some kind of football game being played there tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah.
Coming up next, Ari Alexander catches up with the Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson on his feeling about that big game. In just over 24 hours, the biggest sporting event of the year will take place in Miami.
The excitement is building for Super Bowl 54. Channel 2's Ari Alexander is in Miami, where he caught up with Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, who is looking forward to playing at next year's Super Bowl.
Good morning, guys. It is a party here on South Beach, one of the best environments you can have for the Super Bowl, and it's no wonder that Texans players are flocking down here, including Deshaun Watson, who we caught up with. He says he's going to get some of the culture. He says he's going to get some of the food, but he's really not too happy that he's not here playing in the game. So he talked about what it's going to take for the Texans to make it to the Super Bowl next year.
It's definitely tough each and every year. I mean, we want to be in the Super Bowl all the time. But, you know, sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. But when they don't, you know, you can't use it as a failure. You just use it as motivation and, you know, another learning lesson to be able to, you know, try to get there next year.
Saturday, a big day for the league. The NFL honoring its own at NFL Honors. We'll try to catch up with as many Texans players as we can. Red carpet, star-studded, all the good stuff, and the party that you see here on South Beach. Reporting from Miami, Ari Alexander, KPRC, Channel 2 Sports.
Well, what a nice assignment for him.
Nice assignment. Yep, done that many times, several times in my previous life as a sports guy, but a lot of fun and a lot of work, too. Yes, sure. Hey, it makes you just look like there's no work being done at all for our Click 2 pins, but you know, they do a lot of work to come up with these beautiful shots here, huh? Beautiful shot. Thank you, John, for that one from the Woodlands area. And here's Psycho Granny again, going at it. You guys, I tell you what, in the battle for the best Click 2 pins picture of the year. Thank you very much. Zoo, they're waiting for you. There's Bobby. Bobby the baby is out there right here. See, you know, Bobby's right there. Mommy's over there. Mom, where are you? Go to the zoo today. It's a good day to get out there. 49 degrees, west winds at 9 miles an hour. We still have cool temperatures throughout. 52 in Galveston. The winds continue to be from the northwest. They're going to be turning from the west a little bit later on. High pressure will be moving to the east, and as it does so, we get a return flow that'll warm us up even more going into tomorrow and going into Monday. Ahead of all of this, we got some showers coming in a little later on as well. But as we go into the beginning of the week, here's Monday. Temperatures will be up into the mid to upper 70s before our front comes through. This is Tuesday. The front's well to the north, but then this front slides on down and it becomes our rain day. And on the backside of that, we really have colder air, and with the rain that's going to be around, it's going to be a really miserable day for one of those days next week. I'll show you that in the 10-day forecast. Here's Exact Track radar. It's quiet. It's going to be quiet. Temperatures right now, we say at noon, are going to be in the 50-degree category. By today at 4 o'clock, 66, 67 degrees, some of them 68. Overnight, we cool off back into the mid-40s, and then tomorrow we warm up by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon in the mid-70s. So temperature swings for all of us. Right now, exact track, hour by hour forecast, mid-60s for us this afternoon with no rain in the forecast. Here's a look at that 10-day. As I talked about, temperatures going up until we get to that front that happens. And then on Wednesday, it's just going to be a messy day. Messy day, a 4-degree temperature range. That means rain's going to be around, overcast skies. Temperature's going to be dropping even cooler down to Thursday and Friday as we get toward the end of the week. You notice that next weekend, we pretty much dry out. But we've got the rain starting mostly late Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, the ugly days. And then we have that nice little run through next weekend. Tomorrow, here on Houston Newsmakers, the president of a Houston-based company on the leading edge of the 5G revolution and why it will make a big impact.
If you took 250 acres today in a 4G world, you could only connect about 4,000 devices in that 250 acres. In 5G, you can connect 1 million devices in that same area.
Big difference. Why 5G has a chance to change our lives. We'll talk about that on Houston Newsmakers tomorrow morning at 10:30.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Cambrell. It is the end of an era here at Channel 2.
After nearly 50-year career and 40 of that right here at Channel 2, we say goodbye to Bill Balleza as he heads off into retirement. His touching goodbye is next. It almost seems unreal, especially for those who grew up watching him. Legendary anchor Bill Balleza has hung up his anchoring hat and is now retired. Last night, the Memorial City complex was all lit up to honor his 4 decades of service to the Houston area. Well, last night in our 10 o'clock newscast, Bill signed off for the final time.
Yeah, but due to some technical difficulties, many Xfinity customers just were not able to hear it. So this morning, here's what you missed.
All right, just before Fallon, as our newscast comes to a close tonight, so does a long and satisfying career. Most of it spent right here at KPRC Channel 2. Yeah, I've had many wonderful co-anchors over the years. B.B. Burns, Steve Smith, Paula Zahn, Jan Carson, Terry Anzer, Linda Laurel, Lauren Freeman, and of course, Dominique. Ours were the faces you saw, along with our outstanding reporters. But the faces you didn't see are just as important to our mission. The photographers, editors, producers, writers, directors, engineers, production staff, our sales force, office staff, and the management team who came up through the ranks to hold it all together. Many valuable and talented team members, without whom none of what we do would be possible. So when you invited me into your home each night, trusted me to keep you informed, they were all right there along with me. And together, all of us want to say thank you. From now on, I'll be watching from home, just like you, counting on this team here at KPRC to keep me informed. And I can promise you this, they won't let us down. I am so proud of all of them. Thank you, guys. I mean, it's been such a pleasure working with y'all. But the clock came to an end.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
It's been great, man.
It's been
I know.
the best.
Randy, thank you for being here tonight. Randy should be covering the Super Bowl like he's done every year since his career began. But
no problem, man. It was an easy decision to be here. Easy decision.
Very glad. So I think
I get to do the honors here.
Yes, you do.
Can you do that without hurting
pressure,
anybody?
little pressure there, Frank.
One thing I've never done in a television station is
popped a bottle of champagne.
Open a bottle of anything.
I don't know anything about champagne. Is that good champagne?
Veuve? Yeah. Veuve Clicquot.
Oh, the best.
Veuve Clicquot.
I know, but you know, it's always a little challenging to get the wrapper off, but I'll get
Wouldn't
it
you
off.
know it? What's it, a trick bottle of champagne? What's going on?
I know, right? Oh, it's like they want you to really wait for it, so when you finally get it, you're really happy.
Now, you realize that Jerry Martin and Dave Strickland are here. Now, you break anything, you can pay for it.
I know. Once it breaks, it's been sold, right?
Right.
My hands are kind of wet. Oh, it's coming. Look at that. It didn't even get all over the desk. I thought,
that is perfect.
Because I didn't want to make you clean all this up, Bill.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll do half the honors here.
There you go.
Well,
Man, he is so stingy.
I know.
Well, and
That's it.
all
Once
over
the phone
glass.
goes
You don't
down.
drink champagne.
Do you realize
See, Dominique knows how to do her at an angle there.
That's
in
right.
nearly 50 years, I have never taken a drink of alcohol on air.
Set. No.
There.
First time. Are we allowed?
Are we okay to do this?
Yeah,
We
that's
are
an old-
A-okay.
Said we are.
That's an
Our
old
news
rule.
director.
You got yours?
This is the 2020s, man.
That's right. Oh, it smells good.
I'm not a big champagne guy, but that smells good.
Oh, it's going to go down smooth.
All right,
So,
cheers.
cheers
to Bill Balleza.
To the best anchor man around.
The one and only.
Thanks so
That's
much.
right.
Legend.
All right,
Thank
here
y'all
we go.
so much. And here's
Thanks
to you.
right?
To you.
Here's to you.
We love you so much. I love you so much.
Thank you,
I
Viv.
love you so
Thank
much,
you.
and I'm going to miss you up here. Are you okay?
The biggest burp just came up.
Well, I said I love you.
That's a good way to be remembered. Here we are.
Good stuff.
The countdown clock. 5, 6.
Bill,
It's going back the other way.
family's right over there.
I don't know if there's a camera that can swing over, but Bill's family is sitting here, and that has probably made this night the most special.
That's right.
Is having them here.
Missy, hi,
There they are.
Kate and Travis. Thank you all so much for coming.
There they are. Hi, you guys. Amazing family. He's all yours, full time.
Thanks again for watching. We love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, Bill, we'll miss ya.
We're still laughing about the burp.
So much fun. I know. Don't make them like you, Bill. All right. If you would like to watch this again, head to our website at clicktohouston.com. It is inside the story right now on our homepage. Definitely check it out at least one more time. We'll be right back. All right, we showed you earlier, J.J. Watt is guest hosting NSL tonight. On Click to Vote, we asked which classic and SNL skit should J.J. tackle. It seems people want to see J.J. follow Patrick Swayze in his shoes and do a Chippendales audition skit. Okay, folks, okay. 62% of you guys voted for it. Miranda and I did not vote for it. It wasn't us. Seems fitting since Swayze was, of course, from Houston. SNL airs tonight at 10:30. Right after Channel 2 News at 10. It'll be fun to watch.
You wanted the cheerleader skit.
I did, the cheerleader skit.
All right, well, we're not going to get it. And who knows what they're going to actually have. That's just what we want, right? So it's 52 in Galveston right now, upper 40s in downtown, and in Sugar Land, exact track radar, quiet. We're going to be about 66 degrees or so by the time we're all done, and that temperature is going to warm up as we go into the next couple of 3 days, all the way up to near 80 on Tuesday.
It never gets old when we wake up in 30s and we go up all the way to 80.
I like it. Have a good day, everyone.